I'm Justin.
And I'm Jess, and we used to spend over $500 a month for our home utilities in Seattle. But in this trailer, we've been able to get that under just $50 a month, including electric, gas, trash, and sewer, without compromising any modern day conveniences.
And we're going to show you how we do it. One of the common complaints that we hear from other RVers is that it can cost us...
Cacao!
That birdie is so cute. One of the common complaints that we hear from other RVers is that it can cost as much as $200 a night to stay at campsites with full electrical hookups.
But we're camping here, kind of in the middle of nowhere, totally for free, and we can still use all of the electrical gadgets that we want. And that's because we invested in a few nifty tools that let us basically live on the road at no cost. Until recent years, most trailers came with lead acid batteries. Without getting too sciencey, lead acid is an ancient battery technology found in most cars and is good for low power needs. But if you want to power modern day appliances off-grid, like laptops, espresso machines, and microwaves, you're gonna need a lot more power.
Which brings us to this trailer. When we bought it, it had an old lead acid battery, and we later replaced it with a 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. Replacing it was as simple as removing the old one, dropping the new one in place, and reconnecting the cables, just like how you'd replace a car battery. We picked this specific brand because it has Bluetooth built in, so you can check the charging status from your phone. It will automatically stop charging if it gets too hot or too cold. It has an incredible manufacturer warranty, and it's almost half the price of other popular brands on the market.
Our battery can charge most electronics using direct current, just like things you charge in your car using a USB port or cigarette lighter. But for larger appliances or sensitive electronics like a hairdryer or laptop or toaster, we need a little help from a tool called an inverter, which inverts direct current to alternating current. This is the same kind of electricity that you find in any of your electrical outlets at home. And for us, this has been a game changer. For example, when we first got this Alto, we really wished it had an oven, but now with our inverter, we can use an air fryer, which is basically just like a mini oven on the go. So you may be wondering where we're getting all this power from since we camp off-grid. Our car charges our battery while we're driving, so by the time that we arrive at a campsite, it's usually fully charged.
While there is an option to plug this trailer into the wall, usually that costs money, and sometimes those options aren't even available, especially when you camp in remote places like we typically do. So we primarily get our power from
solar panels! Okay.
Sorry. The 220 watt solar panels are primarily what we use to charge our battery. We don't even have to think about it, and the panels charge up our batteries for free throughout the day, all thanks to the glorious power of the sun. Given that we primarily travel around the Pacific Northwest, it can get cloudy sometimes, which does impact solar performance, but our battery is definitely big enough to get us through a few rainy days. But what happens if you're camping someplace that's cloudy for days, or you're in a spot that doesn't get consistent direct sunlight? This is the EcoFlow Delta Pro. It's a 3.6 kilowatt hour portable power station that can be charged from wall socket, solar panels, plugged into your car, or even at an EV fast charging network. This thing has almost 2.5 times as much battery as our trailer, and if we're camping in particularly inclement weather, can keep us powered off-grid for a week or longer on a single charge. And compared to gas generators, it's virtually silent. If our trailer's totally charged up, we can use the surplus power to top off the Delta Pro from the inverter. Alternatively, we can plug it into the DC outlet in our car while we're driving. And if we're low on sunlight or don't plan on moving for a while, we also have the 400 watt EcoFlow portable solar panel that can be set up in minutes. This is really cool because let's say we're camped in the perfect spot, but it's covered with thick trees. We can charge up the EcoFlow and solar panels anywhere within proximity to the trailer that gets sunlight.
Sometimes the free land that we camp on has a ton of tree coverage, and it makes it impossible to use our solar panels anywhere. Rather than totally pack up all of our gear and tow our tiny home on wheels to a sunny region of the country, we can use this. It's a device also made by EcoFlow, and we can go to any EV charging network, and it effectively turns our Delta Pro into a gas can, but for electricity.
If we're running super low on battery, we can drive to any nearby EV charging station, charge up our Delta Pro, and just drive it back to the campsite to top off our trailer's battery. It's worth mentioning, this trailer does have an air conditioner, but it simply uses too much power to run without electrical hookups or a gas generator. For the record, when this trailer's plugged into the Delta Pro, The air conditioner will run, but only for about 2.5 hours before it runs out of juice. If you wanted to run it continuously, you'd need about 1,200 watts of solar panels on a bright sunny day. We mostly travel around the Pacific Northwest where it doesn't get that hot, so fortunately this isn't a big deal. But if we lived anywhere warmer, we'd probably consider getting a propane generator. The main thing stopping us is we kind of think the loud noise of a gas generator is a little obnoxious.
Most trailers, including this one, have 3 different types of tanks. We have a freshwater tank, which obviously holds our fresh water, gray tank, which holds everything that goes down our sink and shower, and then a black tank, which holds everything that goes down the toilet. For finding fresh water and places to dump our black and gray tanks, we use a couple of different apps which help us find free water fill-up or dump stations en route to and from our campsite. We wrote a whole blog post about our favorite RVing apps, which we link to in the description below.
For trash, we usually use garbage cans at gas stations whenever we're filling up. Recycling has always been a little bit more tricky to find. We usually hold on to it until we're driving by a state or national park that has recycling cans.
Our only real expense on the road is propane, which we use for heating, stovetop cooking, and our refrigerator. It's worth mentioning that our F2114 trailer has a 3-way fridge, which means it can also run off of direct current, effectively making it able to run for free. If you want to learn more about that trailer, check out the link here. In warmer months, when we don't have to heat the trailer, we may use as little as $10 a month in propane.
We didn't talk about internet in this video, but not everyone needs high-speed internet to work remotely from the road like we do, and frankly, it's kind of a meaty topic, so if you want to learn more about how we get internet on the road, let us know, and maybe we'll make a future video about it.
If you're interested in any of the products or appliances we talked about in this video, we linked to them all in the description below. We truly believe that living comfortably on the road doesn't have to be expensive, and you don't have to be relegated to an overpriced or overcrowded campground. Do you have any questions about using an RV off-grid? If so, let us know in the comments.
If you liked this video and want to see more like it, the best thing you can do to help out our channel is hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see you down the road. Nailed it. You want to watch it?
Sure.
Okay.